Viv Nicholson was Britain's biggest pools winner, but lost it all. Now she's trying to strike it rich again.
How are you going to react? How are you going to react? How are you going to react?
No, it depends on the mood I'm in. For all your discussing behaviour and all the criticism...
Oh, my disgusting
No. All the madness you had when you were younger.
You just picked me up and condemned me, you brat.
Bollocks, Mother.
Together with a London theatre producer, she's hoping to create a hit musical about her life.
Viv Nicholson, the character on whom the show is based, is an iconic figure. She's the... she won the pool. She's the mother of all lottery winners.
Andrei Tashinsky will have to raise £1.5 million and come up with a show good enough to survive in the West End. But 80% fail.
Things don't work more often than they work. To spend this brand new show, so it will be devastating and very, very upsetting if it doesn't work.
In her ex-council house in Yorkshire, Viv's banking on making thousands.
But there's one thing I'm not going to do. I'm not going to spend.
I'm going to spend.
It all began in 1961, when an impoverished miner's wife won the pools. 10 years and 5 husbands later, Viv had blown the lot. Now she lives on £100 a week.
Can't for life and think why there's only so many little bits and pieces.
She's sorting out photos for the show with her son Howard. His father died in a pink Chevrolet bought with the wind.
This is your father when he won the pools, on the day that they came down to tell us that he'd won the pools. A handsome guy, wasn't he?
Really, we need some really good shots of more your outrageous times.
I love that. Going to court, getting fined.
What was that over?
Glamorous as you can. I think it was drunken charge, I don't know.
She's worried about the audience's reaction.
I would like them to understand that it weren't all spend, and it weren't all a bed of roses.
Take that one as well, we've seen that one, but I like that one.
There'll have to be 2 spots on the canopy as well, one either side, won't there? Yeah.
Andrei Tashinsky has had hits with American musicals. Now he wants to gamble on an English show.
It is a big risk, because people don't know what the product is. That's pretty nerve-wracking.
Let's go see what the box office.
He needs to open in October, when audiences are biggest. His venue's down a side street and could do with a facelift. But it's available.
Theatre, House of Hits.
Theatre, cast and crew will cost £1.5 million. Andrei's nearly £500,000 short.
Oh, great, so nearly ready then.
But to open in October, everything must be signed up now.
That's a fairly perilous position for this company. If the show goes wrong, the chances are that you bankrupt your company. And you just have to hide the fact that you haven't got any money.
It's a brand new show, and it's a great story for a start. And I think that
Andrei's team have approached over 1,000 theatre investors. Just 50 have said yes.
It's always a risk with anything new, but I mean, certainly everybody seems
Andrei's company is on the line.
I've got to pull our risk back, or be prepared to lay off half the office if it goes wrong.
Up in Yorkshire, Viv's worrying about money too. To make ends meet, she works part-time in the local chemist.
See you later. Bye. Morning, love. Good morning. Are you going to be famous? You can tell her be anything else but famous. One day I'll quieten down.
She's counting on the musical to change her life.
Good morning, Viv. May I help you? Yes.
The local paper wants a quote.
So it's going to be quite nerve-wracking. Because, you know, meeting a big star. I'm a bit apprehensive about it, Nigel.
So's Andrei. Badly short of money, He returns to backer Jimmy Mulville at TV company Hat-Trick. Andre wants him to increase his investment.
Hello, I've got Victoria at London Metro on the line for you.
It's been the hardest show to capitalise I've ever done.
Really?
Most of my investors come from overseas, and Americans particularly don't understand the show. They've got no idea what's happening. It capitalises at just under £1.5 million. I've raised 350 from individual investors, small units.
I can feel what's coming.
Andre makes his pitch.
When you're away, will you think about coming in
Yeah.
a bit more?
Yeah.
Increasing your investment?
I'll certainly think about that.
Okay. What do you need to?
Well, I've got a board here, but we'll have to talk about that. But with every step, we go a little bit north of that base camp. And, you know, it's getting a bit heady. I don't want to bullshit you and say absolutely,
No.
and then say, well, actually, Andre, you know, we've thought about it and we're not going to. At the moment, I would say it's, you know, 60-40 that we would.
It's not good news. Hat-Trick decide they won't increase their investment.
This has just been terrifying. I've never found myself with every single element in place and the show so close to going into rehearsal, and therefore the cancellation costs, you know, rocketing, you know, £400,000 to pull it, without really having the funds to do the show.
Cancelling now would cost as much as carrying on. Money or no money, rehearsals will start. It's the first day of rehearsals. Andre's rented a workshop in Brixton.
Good afternoon, everyone. If I could grab your attention. My name's Andre Tashinsky. The show itself, it's a wonderful piece of work. It's a rare event, a brand new British musical. It's a very exciting opportunity. And we're the only grown-up...
Andre's putting on a brave face.
I'm completely programmed not to show that I'm worried. You know, what everyone needs and wants to know is the money's in the bank and everything's fine.
The money isn't in the bank, and rehearsals are getting expensive. One big investor might be keen. It's just a case of tracking him down.
Good afternoon, Apollo Leisure.
Hello, is Paul Gregg there, please?
If you ring our mainline number,
Which is?
01865
Yeah.
381
Yeah.
800.
Thanks very much.
Okay,
Bye.
bye.
With costs mounting, Andre keeps trying the elusive investor.
Hello, is Paul Gregg there, please?
No, he's not in today, I'm afraid.
When at last I get it, my problems are over.
Sorry, say that again? Oh, is Paul Gregg in London today, please?
Not as far as I know. I think it's probably better to try the Oxford office.
I want it, it's not much to ask for.
No, he's not, I'm afraid.
Okay, I won't try him over the weekend. I'll try and catch him on Monday.
That's lovely.
Thank you. Bye.
Thanks very much. Bye-bye now.
And when at last I get it, my problems are over, if only.
Viv's problems are just beginning. Andre wants her to publicise the musical. One big pools win, 5 husbands, and a spell as a stripper always made great headlines in the past. Viv's agreed to talk about the show, but it's her dirty washing the reporter's interested in.
What about all the rumours that flew around when you first won the money? I mean, there was talk of your hedonistic lifestyle, drugs, sex, all that sort of thing. How much of that was true?
It was hedonistic, it was wild, it was sad, it was emotional, it was very, very lonely. Well, anybody, I think sometimes when I think about it, anybody else that would have to go through that would probably finish up in the psychiatric ward, you know. But I'm grateful I came through it.
What sort of rumours was going around about your sex life?
Oh, I had a man every night, which is not true. You know, there's all sorts going on.
And most of it was true or untrue?
No.
Has it sunk in yet that potentially people from all over the world are going to come and scrutinise your life?
Nope, it hasn't, and I dare think about it.
Raking over the past is starting to get to Viv.
I don't know whether I can go and watch it. I don't know whether I can be a part of it, to be truthful. Gonna get that bad.
Viv is off to London to meet the cast. She's looking forward to the visit, but Andre isn't.
I need to really concentrate on the show, and I sort of don't want to be too much diverted into, personal knowledge of Viv.
So how are you feeling then?
Told you, I'm nervous. Very, very nervous. Thank you.
Viv will be played by Barbara Dixon, a star of West End shows.
Possible. It's nice. Lovely to meet you. I'm so excited that you've come. So excited. These are really good pictures. Sure. Did you have any qualms about doing my part? No. What do you think? Oh, not her? Or...
Not at all. I don't have any prejudice at all attached to you. I know about you through the publicity of the story. I really think
you love it, don't you?
You've suffered enormously, but it's a great story. People are interested in what happened to you, and the most important thing is you're still here. You survived.
The cast are curious about Viv, but Andre's running scared.
I don't think it's in the interest of the show to, move into a shoebox in her house emotionally. I think we need to keep our distance.
So he calls you drama queen, doesn't he?
It's going to be good, isn't it? And I thank you for taking this pen off. When do I get to do it?
In Perth, I suppose.
I have to wait all that time again. Never mind.
See you in Plymouth.
See you in Plymouth. Ciao.
It's not just the money that's a worry. The show is still a long way from ready for the West End. Andre decides he needs a regional tryout. The cast move to Plymouth.
Well, we've been rehearsing our butts off for the past, I don't know how many weeks, I've lost count now, but we've got a full run through today in front of the producer. So everyone's really nervous.
What's in the rehearsal room this morning, in essence, is going to be what's on the West End stage in 4 weeks' time. And is that going to be a show that works or not?
Exciting.
How are you?
Director Jeremy Sams is trying to get the show right.
I'm just Johnny Punter this morning.
Good, well, that just stay
Andre's worried about the first scene, where the cast stand around singing about the lottery.
No, you cannot. You always want something. You always want something.
Viv's invitation to Plymouth hasn't materialised. There's been no word from Andre for weeks.
I'm not in control. I mean, I don't know what to expect. I don't know what my family's going to expect. I just feel like I've been thrown to the lions and,
New scenes have been added to spice up the show, including one about Viv's troubled marriages.
Keith took advantage of me, put me in the family way, left me to rear his baby. Now you're gonna bleed in care.
Up in Castleford, an unhappy Viv calls a family summit.
They should have asked me if it were okay to put this in. When she was supposed to be pregnant, your father was with me.
You know your life wasn't perfect. People know that, and they want to see the not perfect pieces about it.
Well, we know the
There's
truth.
certain things we don't agree with in your
We're
life.
not going to hate you for it, are we?
Oh, this is throttle night, is it? Get down.
No, I don't think so. No.
This whole play will change your life.
It won't change you, but it'll change your life. Your
Because
lifestyle
you're not going
anyway.
to be spending no more. You're going to saving. I'm telling you.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think you'll be as crazy with your money this time around.
You can never teach an old dog new tricks.
Is this true?
And I use them all. It's causing tension between us all in the family because we've done more arguing this last year than we have ever. Well, we have argued before, but not as bad as we're doing at the moment. I know I wrote about it, but you're still afraid of it anyway. You're afraid of what other people may think.
In Plymouth, everyone's anxious to know what Andre thinks.
There's a few things, that we want to, change. Of course, and stuff to address, obviously.
Yeah.
Andre knows how tough the West End is. They must get the opening right.
I think the opening is slightly... well, I think the first couple of minutes felt a little bit twee and unsettling. It just seemed to go on a bit, the stuff with Mrs. 215. But I think that might be part and parcel of not really feeling settled by then. Really.
Can you just... I'm not interrupting you, well, I am interrupting you, but...
That's mine. Darling, I must go, I'm in the middle of the meeting. Bye.
Andre tries to carry on.
It seems to me in the first act, although I was enjoying it and was taken along, I wasn't completely emotionally gripped.
An anxious Viv can't bear to be left out any longer.
Spend, fabulous. Yeah, really great. Really. Hold that rubber off. Hello.
It's Viv.
Hello, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Now that you've changed it all around, is there much sex in it? Don't. You waited there for a while.
I was trying to work out what you might think was much.
Well.
The heroine's quite a lusty person, Viv.
The heroine's a lusty person? Oh. Wait, well, I see it, I'll tell her so.
All right, we'll look forward to seeing you soon, and we'll get it right by the time you see it.
Okay.
All right.
Thanks.
Bye.
Goodness me. I need a brandy.
Hello.
Can I leave my coat?
Yes.
Andre's back in Plymouth, hoping the vital first scene is fixed.
Okay, lovely.
The show is now open to the public. It's just 3 hours till tonight's performance.
Okay, stop right there. Thank you. Right.
Director Jeremy's still reworking the front.
Could you stay in the middle for 1 minute?
He's kept the lottery scene, but now he's trying to make it faster.
Okay. Let's do it one more time.
We've got changes virtually all the time. It's rather nerve-wracking, actually.
Everyone's getting confused.
I haven't made myself clear. On the first one, could I give you those positions I just gave you? Yeah.
On people?
No, on the beginning, 1 in a million people. And on the second, on the repeat, 1 in a million. We all turn downstage. So here we go, 1 in a million, first time. Sorry, Jonathan, what's the matter?
What do we do during 1 in a million people?
I think for the moment we'll just sing it out. Same place, please.
I like to really know what I'm doing, and I really don't. And it's terrifying.
Coming together.
Andre arrives amidst the chaos. The star wants a word.
She's on the phone with her agent, complaining about us.
Okay, thank you. How are we doing up to there? Are we all memorising this?
Yeah.
Great. We'll try that for tonight.
That Jeremy keeps changing everything, so we've got a completely new beginning tonight. So we're all... I know, and we're all very scared, let's put it like that. But,
Well, the beginning needed refocusing.
Yes,
you know,
well, it's being refocused.
It's curtain up time, but the star is still unhappy.
Oh, my God. I'm glad when this is over. Chaos. Is it going to change tomorrow again?
There's no more time to reassure Barbara. Andre must catch the new opening scene. As the actors struggle with tonight's changes, Viv's struggling with the idea of being back in the public eye.
I'm very scared. Should I be doing it? Should I not let people forget me? Because I don't want any pity.
The cast try not to forget their new positions.
Hey look, it's her up on the poles. The tart she started out and out and tossed it all against the wall. Lovely to get through all that bleeding money.
Bugger off!
Barbara's made it through the new opening. Just. But Andre's not happy.
I'd like to cut the whole scene. Lose the whole thing.
It hasn't gone well.
Very nerve-wracking when things have changed.
Well, it's in a lot of places, but, you know, there's still a lot to sort out.
Andre cuts the first scene completely. Ready or not, the show must move to London. Andre's bringing sets, props, even the stage floor from Plymouth.
Everything about it is
London is a big gamble. 7 in 9 West End shows fail.
See what hassle you have to put up with. This is West End for you.
The move is falling behind schedule. Andre arrives to keep the pressure up.
I hope that before Barbara gets here, they're going to put her name outside. But Barbara's name is nowhere.
With money tight, he won't be spending much on publicity.
The turkey that you know will fold. You may be stranded out in the cold.
He's still more than £300,000 short.
Things.
And costs are rising.
How do you mean brand new?
The one that we used in Plymouth, we threw in the bin.
Oh really? Has that been a massive expense?
No.
Dropping the lift?
I've done a deal with the contractor. He said, look, let's sort it out for London because it's going to run longer than 2 weeks.
Let's hope so.
The finishing touches are being applied. The first preview is tonight.
Putting on shows is fantastically good fun. Raising the money, is just hateful.
Andre decides on a last-ditch effort to get investment. He invites every lottery winner he can find to a preview. There'll be a special reception first.
I'm going to catch you all at the end, and I'll take you up to say a quick hello to Barbara Dixon. And parties you may or may not have gathered, but a tiny part, which please feel more than free to ignore, is that I'm just finishing off raising the investment for the show in tiny units of £2,500 or £5,000. So if anyone wanted to invest at the end, just give us a call on Monday. But if you fancy being an angel in the way that West End angels are, but I'll leave that thought with you. All right.
There's more than £30 million of lottery money in the room.
If 20 of them put in £5,000 each, then I'm £100,000 nearer the goal. Which one of you had the win?
While Andre's trying to raise money, Viv's getting used to the idea of spending it again.
So what can we do for you today?
It's night out. I'm going to the West End.
Right, is this for opening night we're looking for?
It's Tamia's.
Where are they?
The cast are putting their all into the preview for the lottery winners.
Look at all this beautiful money, lovely lolly, sweeter than honey.
I love that. I could sit there like that in the musical when everything gets too warm for me. With £1,000 in it. Ooh, what a nice feeling, £1,000. Had that feeling for years.
Must be nice.
I'm gonna spend. I wanna watch a full of dimes, you can hardly tell the time. I wanna watch another scotch, a mink. I wanna mink, though I'm not sure they ever wanted mink before, at least I think. I wanna mink. What does one of them cost? I'll buy it, what's that thing in there do? Let's try it. Anybody's good or bad, let's go mad.
How are you going to pay for it then, Viv?
After the musical, hopefully, dear.
All right. Well, I hope it's a success then, or else I'll be in Quay Street along with you.
I think they enjoyed it. I think they felt that the story rings true. Although they all seem far more cautious than Viv Nicholson ever was. So too cautious to invest in West End shows, I think.
Keen to persuade the lottery winners, Andre takes them back to the stars' dressing room.
Yes, I have.
I've brought them. These are my newfound friends. If by any chance any of you wake up on Sunday morning and think, I think that really is going to be a hit, and you want to give Jill a call, we'd be delighted to see you again at the first night on Tuesday at the party with your investment checks. 2,500 and you're in.
Andre?
Good man. Excellent. Brilliant.
Sorry, I haven't.
We get checky. He gets to go to party.
Andre raises a total of £10,000. Not quite what he wanted.
It's just so demeaning, it's so humiliating, isn't it, begging money off people? I might as well come up here selling the big issue, really.
Andre's run out of time. Everything now depends on the show. If it's a hit, he'll make £25,000 a week. If it fails, he'll lose everything. A final rallying of the tired troops.
We're nearly done, aren't we?
Yeah, getting there. More crossings off than written things.
So this is, I'm going in there.
Viv's just arrived from Yorkshire. Andre's sent her off on her own to talk to the press.
Lost the line for a second. We've just lost the pictures. We'll be with you as soon
Andre's
as we can.
torn. He needs Viv to publicise the show, but he's worried she's a loose cannon.
I really don't want Viv Nicholson sobbing on Evening Standard Reviewer's shoulder.
Help.
It's obviously going to be extraordinary for Viv to see the last 50 years unfold, and I don't think she will be really in control of herself.
Oh my goodness.
I think we'll get her up for a curtain call at the end of the show, though.
Say the words spend, 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 and you immediately think of Viv Nicholson. If it makes lots of money, will you be doing it again?
Watch the space.
Good
luck with it, Viv.
Thank you. Bye.
Andre's about to find out if his gamble on Viv's story will pay off. Celebrities and the all-important critics are starting to arrive.
Opening a new musical is always terrifying, and it's absolutely bizarre. You know, a musical about the life of a living person who, you know, not far from being a pensioner yet.
Make sure it's not onto my makeup. No, it won't.
Viv's still in a West End hotel with her daughter and granddaughter.
I would say you've got 15 minutes, you better hurry up.
And it's the end of the world.
Well, just wait while I finish.
We have to start running.
Andre's keen to greet every VIP.
Hello, who's this? Oh, it's Smudger.
Hello. Good luck.
Thanks for coming. Good to see you. Good to see you.
But when Viv arrives, it's a different story.
Where's Andre? Is he about?
Leaving Viv to cope with the crowds on her own, Andre decides to hide in the pub.
6. Oh, little man, Stockport County.
The show is much pacier now and quickly gets to Viv's win.
No! The Carwin coupon's in the cupboard, or it's stuck behind the sofa. It's got to be somewhere. It didn't melt into thin air. Maybe I'm mad, and I imagined that I posted it, but didn't. Just like me to go and cock it up. Oh, look, it's in my pocket.
Everybody wants a piece of the action. Everybody wants a slice of the cake. Everybody will demand satisfaction. Everybody's on their knee. Out of the woodwork, look at them crawl, grabbing at all the pieces of me.
Andre wants Viv to join the curtain call. It might make for good publicity. The photographers all want pictures of Viv. She's the star of the night. And Viv's loving it.
Look at all. I love you all.
It's as good as winning the calls.
Better.
When you leave, give us a wave.
I love you all.
We love you too.
I love you all.
There's a wave, guys.
Thank you.
The first night party. Everyone's happy, except Andre.
Most producers hate first nights. No one is honest to you for 24 hours.
Andre's mind is on tomorrow's reviews.
You're in the worst state of terror because there's nothing anyone can do anymore.
The last thing Andre wants to do is talk to Viv. They still haven't spoken all night.
I would love to go and have a few words with Viv right now, but I feel like I've missed my
moment. The next morning, and Andre's impatient to see the reviews. But first, there's Viv to phone.
I've got nothing whatsoever to say to her, to be honest.
Hello.
Viv, hi, it's Andre.
Oh, hi, Andre.
How are you?
Shattered.
Did all the family enjoy themselves?
They did. They had a fabulous time. Great. They all have a hangover and everything that goes with it. You know, I'm supposed to be going on television tonight, but I don't know.
Oh, you've got to do that? What, London South East?
I have to do it.
Yes.
For you, Andre, I'll do it.
All right, then. Well,
Right,
I'll
that's it.
speak to you in a few days. Take care. Bye-bye. Right.
You'll ever see Viv again?
I've no idea.
Would you be sad not to?
It's not. I haven't really thought about it.
Andre goes through the reviews. He needs good quotes for the advertising campaign.
So let's see what ammunition we've got so far.
Aha! Tears, tears, tears as Viv spent tonight down memory lane.
Billington, The Guardian hated it.
Yes.
They didn't say
This
whether
one,
they
it's
liked
not very
it,
positive
did it?
at all, this one.
Pardon?
How many stars? 2 stars mediocre, which is a bit negative.
Guardian wasn't our market, so it's no loss.
Let's not bother to spend that money in The Guardian.
It starts off badly, but Viv's family is more interested in the tabloids.
This was excellent. Griff Rhys-Jones.
Griff Rhys-Jones, it was excellent. Elaine Page, marvellous, a wonderful singer and subtle actress. Elaine Page was a critic, is it?
Really nice quotes.
Listen to this, Mum. Seacoon. Nicholson's bubbly presence stole the show. How will she spend her royalties?
They're already spent them.
I know.
They're having a go home and pay for the frock.
Overall, the reviews are good. Now, Andre wants a fast marketing campaign.
Now, we've just got to work out fast how to get all the good things out about it, because its first cousin, Blood Brothers, took 4 months to catch, and we can't afford that. We've got about 4 weeks to make it catch.
Despite the glowing reviews, Spend is not doing well. The theatre is sometimes 3/4 empty.
To keep a musical running costs £100,000 every week. That money all has to walk in through the door.
Shutting the show now would cost Andre £600,000. If audiences don't improve, he may have no option.
The idea of facing Christmas, if Spend hasn't worked, it was very worrying. It's a horrible sensation. It's the absolute opposite to the elation of standing at the back and finding 2,000 people applauding and knowing they've all paid.
To boost ticket sales, Andre needs more publicity, but he decides Viv has served her purpose.
She's fantastic raw material, and she's the reason why the show was written. But, but we've got to make sure that Spend as a brand establishes itself.
No, I mean, you get to that stage now where Spend is becoming the brand and taking over from. It's that show about Viv Nicholson, which was initially in the early days is what it was all about.
Yeah, the further we keep Viv from the image of the show, I mean, you know,
of course.
if ever Piranha kept turning up in London when Evita opened, it would have been a real mess.
To compete with rival shows like the £10 million Lion King, Andre needs new ways of attracting publicity. Prestigious theatre awards are coming up. Andre's desperate to win.
I think our chances of picking up anything today, sadly, are pretty slim. You know, even though it is a British musical, which I would like to think that the critics and judges would judge as of better quality than The Lion King, but I don't think there's much chance of that.
The organisers have invited Viv too. The competition is tough.
No, thank you.
The Disney-backed Lion King is favourite.
Every so often a show comes along that defies categories. So I am delighted to present the major theatrical award of the year to The Lion King.
The Lion King has won Best Event of the Year. There's just one more category available, Best Musical.
One trophy, and that goes to...
We haven't actually had full houses up to now, and this will really mean something to us. It's really, really good. Thank you very much.
All the award winners, please return to the stage now with your awards for a photo.
Yes. If the two of you and Viv would go up on stage now, it'll mean that we have more people in the press picture than anybody else. Come on, later. We've got business to do here. I'm furious that Lion King has got an award that calls it Best Theatrical Event. But no, it's great, and let's hope it pushes our box office on.
Spend has won in the most important category. It could change everything.
Best musical. That is a big... Over Lion King, believe it. I couldn't believe it. Over everything.
Audiences finally begin to rise. Spend has its first full houses. Up in Yorkshire, Viv gets a letter from Andre.
Well, it's not much, but it certainly beats working.
Not quite a Paul's win, but 1,000's very welcome.
Long awaited is this. I can't afford to spend. I've spent all I'm spending anyway.
To date, Viv has made nearly £10,000. Andre has yet to cover his losses.
There's the camera.